And we are live. Fanboy Modeling School. Hello, I am the Fat Mantis, and this is the Fanboy Modeling School, and I'm here with my man,
Steve, real name, no gimmicks. How the hell are you? We're in HD, by the way.
Oh, we are totally in HD. How are the gimmicks?
The gimmicks are real, but I don't have any with me presently.
So it has been a crazy, couple of weeks in terms of like news and stuff, and where little news comes out of the entertainment scene. The world news is just like depressing and dark and sinister and just makes you want to.
Yeah. In regards to the topic that will not be spoken on, you know.
Oh, what up? Look at Laney. Laney's in the house. What up, Laney? Laney Train.
In regards to the topic that we will not speak on, because even though we have views on it, here's the issue with this entire thing, man. When are we all going to stop being sheep? When will we not allow the state or groups to maneuver us? It's a question to ponder, because whatever's going on in a region that will not be named, I guarantee the people they're looking for aren't in that region. Are you kidding me? They left the same day. How is it not on me? They're by the beach, my man. They've been gone a while. They're probably on a yacht and deep sea on a yatt, sipping on margaritas. Washington with AOC. You know what I'm saying?
AOC's boyfriend was the trigger man. No, let me chill.
My favorite hot booty Latina.
Babe.
You are my favorite hot booty Latina. You are my favorite.
Well, thank you.
Not you, motherfucker, my wife.
Oh. If you want to go down that route, whatever. This is the Fanboy Modeling School, and we ask that you give us a like, share, subscribe on whatever app you find us on.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Kick community. So Kick and Rumble. Let me talk to you, right? One day we will abandon ship on YouTube altogether, right? We'll streamline it to the point. But that will only happen if you support us on those other platforms, right? Fanboy is a place that wants to grow. We want to speak our opinions. But YouTube, like any disgruntled ex-girlfriend, always gives us head every time we come over.
That was the greatest metaphor I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you, sir. I had exactly 2 days of philosophy in college. Not fellatio, but philosophy.
Philosophy. Okay. So do you have any honorable mentions before we get into the big ones?
Yeah, man. Shout out. I got to talk about the King Troll. He is the King Troll. And here's why he's the King Troll. Most people always associate the word troll and internet to be synonymous, where some fat fuck is sitting at home eating Cheetos and got dust all over himself, trolling without the expectation of any consequences, right? Mm-hmm. He'll never bump into he or she or they or whom or whatever the fuck. Will never bump into the people they're trolling. But the real King Troll is a man that's like, I hope I see you. I hope I see you. Because the shit I said on the internet is the shit I'm going to say to your face. And I got to give a shout out to 50 Cent, man, and a few other people. So we're going to talk about the Will and Jada shit, so I'll save that for later, the meat, right? But 50 Cent has been trolling Jada Pinkett so hard on social media, and he only trolls in a way that makes sense for 50. What is Will going to do, right? Now, Will's a physically impressive man, right, when he's in shape for a film. He played a boxer. I don't know if he can box, but I do know that 50 can box. This is a fact. It's not it's not a matter of conjecture. The man can actually fight. Yo, he's been hitting Jada hard on the internet, man. Hard. I don't know if he made this meme or if he found it out somewhere else. But you know the infamous picture of Tupac right before his demise, he's sitting in the car with Suge Knight with a kind of telling look on his face. He's got the look of a motherfucker that thinks he's about to die. It's going to be one of those shows, folks. 50 or someone else, allegedly, a post. 50 put Jada's head just about an inch from the crotch area in that famous picture and posted it and said, something alluding to the alleged proposal of Tupac to Jada Pinkett Smith. And it's fucking hitting like gangbusters, man. And then on top of that, Jim Jones. I don't know if you're up to speed on the whole Jada book tour shit, right? She's talking about her experience as a drug dealer. And, that's usually one of those things.
Is she really?
Well, she claims that back in the day she had to sell. Well, her mother was a substance abuser back in the day, right? She's claiming that she had to sell drugs on the streets of Bmore. Now, I want you to know something. Baltimore is a place where if someone tells me they're from there, even if I clown them, I'm going to give them a certain level of respect because I know Baltimore, man. I know how they get down out there. She's claiming that she was a drug dealer when she grew up there or whatever fucking area she grew up in. And Jim Jones, that's right, Mr. Jim Jones himself is like, I'm going to need to see receipts on that. I need to have someone verify that you were with the shits. And I just want to land here for a second, man. We're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Jada Pinkett Smith starring in movies like, pardon me while I look over at my notes, Jason's Lyric, Set It Off, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight.
Right.
Are you trying to tell me that Jada Pinkett was out there? No, I'm not saying that like anyone can get a 5-pack of crack and sell that shit, but it's Jada Pinkett Smith, man. Jada Pinkett Smith. And here's what really bothers me about this. I was going back and forth with someone. Go ahead.
No, but I'm saying you're doing an honorable mention that is directly affiliated with a major.
No, not that part, because that shit alone. I'm dealing with 50 Cent trolling this bitch, right?
Okay.
Right, let me save the rest for this, man. My honorable mention is that 50 Cent was trolling Jada Pinkett Smith, man, and okay, I'll save the rest for the other segment.
Yeah, you have to do the book tour at the right time. That's why I was a little confused. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I haven't broken out my notes yet. I thought we were in honorable mentions, yo. Cincy Star says he definitely got that from someone else. I sent that same pic to you yesterday.
yeah, exactly.
My honorable mention is going out to Brett Cooper and the Daily Wire. Did you see what they did?
Ooh.
On the 100th anniversary of Snow White, they are making their own live action Snow White
with a white woman,
with Brett Cooper.
Brett Cooper's Snow White.
Yeah.
No, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm deadly serious, yo. I'm deadly serious. Yo, and so it's so funny that so many people like this thing has blown up. This Rachel Zegler hate.
Yeah.
To the point where now the Daily Wire is going to be able to cash in on doing some fucking straight to DVD movie.
Not even straight to DVD. It's going to be straight stream, Patreon stream. So
right,
tell me more about that. So he's playing Snow White, or what's happening here?
Yeah,
bro?
she's playing Snow White.
Wait, no. Who's playing Snow White?
Brett
There
Cooper.
might be a miscue. Oh,
Brett
I see.
Yeah. Brett Cooper's a chick.
Doing here. I see what you're doing here. Brett Cooper. I see. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay, yeah. So Brett Cooper is playing Snow White, and so they're doing this. Basically, this is the exact same thing that like. Remember when like Harry's razors? Do you remember this whole thing? Harry's razors, stopped doing advertisements on the Daily Wire because the Daily Wire doesn't believe in transgenderism.
Right. Okay.
So then immediately Daily Wire, it's owned by a friggin' billionaire. This guy's just like, he buys a bunch of shitty razors and he sells them. And he sells them and he makes the several $1 million in like a few days or something.
Right.
So then when they had the under International Women's Day, some candy bar, I forget who violated this rule, but they had a trans woman selling the candy bars, and like on the commercial being like, for International Women's Day, and then they immediately created their own candy bar, like a Daily Wire candy bar, and it sold crazy, like mad people are selling. And so they're doing the same thing because everyone hates the woke Snow White that's coming out. They are now just making a 50-cent version, and I don't mean the rapper, I mean ghetto shit.
He's talking about the 50 cent, the quarter water version.
The quarter water version of Snow White. What a bellboy. And so I don't know if this is going to work, but I want it to work.
I want it to work too, man. Hey, can I ask you a question, man? So when you said Brett Cooper, I forgot that's the young pale woman. And I for some reason, I heard Matt Walsh in my
That would be hysterical. That would be fucking
now, would you
hysterical.
support a movie with Matt Walsh playing Snow White?
Absolutely. That has to be a good time. That has to be a fucking
support long form trolling. Like, would you?
Yo, you know what I love about it? Basically, the Daily Wire, because they have like an impish billionaire as their leader, he can do the most expensive trolling in the world. For instance, with the candy bar, he's like, we have two flavors. They go hers and his. And he's like, and you might have to be an idiot if we have to explain to you which one has nuts. And so they put nuts in the his, and it's just milk chocolate in the hers.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. And like, don't you wish you just had an infinite piggy bank to do trolls, like to do commercials just to piss people off?
Bro, I would be dark side in real life. If I had an infinite amount of wealth to troll people, just literally the capital to get at my ops socially, it'd be an amazing world. I think you would all benefit from that. Imagine me trolling Bill Clinton.
And you had infinite funds to do it? Oh my God.
It'd be amazing. It'd be absolutely amazing.
Or I'd make a documentary about how AOC killed JFK or something.
Makes sense. Like, I want to ask you a quick question. You brought up AOC, man, and I know we're not talking about other political shit going on in the world right now, but do you have any opinion on Drake and DJ Khaled? Let your mind work so I don't have to explain it. You and the audience, Drake and DJ Khaled being called out by DJ Vlad for not speaking on a current situation going on in the world. DJ Vlad, culture vulture himself. I'm talking to you, Vlad. And here's why I'm talking to you, Vlad. Yo, for a long time, Vlad, I thought you were with the shit, right? I knew you were a culture vulture, but you were an opportunist, so I allowed that to go.
He's the worst. He's one of the worst. He's absolutely one of the worst.
You're a low talent guy that capitalized off of a certain niche and a certain type of thing in my community, right? You came in at the descent of World Star and ascended based off of your content. So DJ Vlad called out Drake and DJ Khaled for not speaking on a certain social tragic event going on in the world right now.
Right.
You have any thoughts on that?
Well, here's what I'm saying. What the fuck is basically call out culture has lost all its power.
Okay.
Okay, if we traveled back maybe 10, 15 years, call out culture was an important, I actually would say back in the day, it was an important thing.
Very much.
If somebody, but here's the problem. Nowadays, people call people out for almost nothing. As a matter of fact, you doing nothing is now a reason to call you out. So because you don't
is violence, Mantis, your silence
is so because you don't call a press conference and you're like, I denounce what happened in the hood yesterday. You somehow are guilty of a crime, and a lynch mob should come for you. It's totally insane. So I don't think it has any validity. I think it's ridiculous when people call people out like that.
So do you? Let me ask you a secondary question. If Drake and DJ Khaled, who are known for their political thought and commentary, right? That's a joke because neither of them are known for those things. Do you want to hear from these people in regards?
Did you hear the intro to his newest song, "Sliming You Out"? There's no brains going on there. There's no intelligence whatsoever.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm sorry. That was a good one. Would you want to hear from Drake in regards to anything going on in the social political climate?
Oh
Would
my
you
God,
want
it'd be
Drake?
ridiculous.
Yo,
And
it's bad enough.
I think more celebrities should shut up about stuff. Actually,
I do too. Actually, shut up and put your money where your beliefs are,
right?
without saying anything. Cash rules everything around me. But I don't think, like, okay, maybe you can make an argument for Drake, but DJ Khaled? Do I want to hear DJ Khaled speaking on social?
Does he? I have to say this. I'm going to sound like a freaking idiot. Does he have some sort of connection to that place?
Well, if you think about what's going on right now, one represents potentially one side and one represents the other. I'll let your imagination.
Okay. Since I know who the other is, I can assume, and I probably should have assumed based off his name and his look. It's just now you gotta stay silent. Look at I've seen celebrities, like minor celebrities, getting fired,
right,
because they take an opinion one way or the other. Shellen said they're smart for staying quiet, and any way you go on that issue, you're gonna get canceled. Absolutely.
100%.
Rebeck says they and Lenny Kravitz comments doing the same thing.
Why the fuck do we need to hear from Lenny Kravitz? So I agree, Bex. Here's the weird thing, right? Not weird, actually scary. An inordinate amount of YouTube channels have been demonetized around this subject. Now, we ain't making no money off YouTube, so I mean, but fuck it. But we're two bitch ass motherfuckers, as they call us in the hood, so we don't want to talk about this shit. But YouTube channels are getting demonetized because of this, man. Like, and I respect people who are willing to take a stance on their belief structure. It seems that there's a weird place of balance where people are like, this was a heinous act, and the response is equally as heinous, and I think that's where I lean.
Let me ask you. If somebody went to the corner store that you use, your neighborhood store, and they stole a quart of water, and you went and you fought the guy, being like, yo, give that back, and you were, God forbid, stabbed and died right there, would you have died an honorable death?
According to whose honor? Yo, so your question is, if I'm standing on 115th Street, the corner store, which I have no stake or claim or ownership in, but I'm familiar with the fucking
you know the guy. You say what up to the guy.
I know the guys. Maybe I don't say to them, hey, yo, make me a Philly cheese the Aki way. Maybe I actually respect them. If another neighborhood guy, and by neighborhood guy, I mean black guy, stole the quarter water from there, and he popped me in the head, would I have died an honorable death? Well, I guess according to the Taoist belief system or the 48 laws.
What about your belief system? Would you have died an honorable death?
No, I did not die an honorable death, man.
No. That's not a good death. And so my point is, my clever point that I slid into there is, what is the point of these people dying on this hill?
I get you.
Because, at the end of the day, the powers that be are going to do what they do, and there ain't nothing we can do about it.
I agree with that 100%. But to answer your question, here's why people think they need to speak up for it. So one side, I think people are starting to kind of look and say, hey, your political structure has been, okay, fuck it. So in this current climate of victimhood that people talk about all the time, especially one commentator on the Daily Wire himself, there is a narrative, a victim narrative, if you would, in regards to one superpower, if we were going to use that term. And they are not a superpower, but they are entrenched in economical.
Yeah, they're they're certainly very powerful. They're very
powerful. But they're not a superpower in regards to holding a nuke, at least not to the best of my knowledge. I don't know what their plans on that. Apparently, a lot of people are like, hey, we agree with the people who inhabited this land that was given to you by a certain organization. Because even though they may have committed horrible acts against you, my worldview does not allow me to look at it any other way. Do you understand what I'm laying down here right now?
I do.
Right? if you're a liberal, this is a weird spot to be in. Because now you're dealing with two, what's the term they like to use, Mantis? Dealing with two marginalized groups.
Marginalized, there we go. Protected classes.
Going back and forth. You see what I'm saying here, man? You can't say anything about group A, and group B is a group of brown people. It's a weird spot to be in.
Yes. Good thing I'm not a liberal. Kill the... No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Once again, I have to say no comment.
No comment.
I just have to say, whatever you guys think the best solution or idea or whatever the best side to be on is the one I am with. Yo, since he starts this, black folks need to keep sitting this one out. Absolutely, man.
Just like the Juicy Smoulier situation, black people need to stay silent on this one.
Yeah, this is a fight that, like, it's like you're in the hood. It's literally like you're like...
No, don't say that, because when it's hood shit, I'm always going to... In the hood, in my mind, which is why I got beat up a lot, there's a right and there's a wrong. And usually when
that's why I think you would have defended the bodega and the quarter water. Okay, that's why I put that in there.
No. Because me and the bodega guy would have been like, yo, it's a quarter. Right? Me and Ak would have been like, it's only a quarter. The right thing to do, right being the operative word, fuck this shit. Let this motherfucker have that quarter water. Now, if he assumes that he can steal a quarter water every time he comes in here, then inshallah, we'll see how this turns out the next time you try to do it. But the first time, this is grace, right?
But I'm just saying, sometimes in the hood,
apparently not with Mantis. Mantis is going to stab you over the first quarter water.
I'm going to stab you over the first quarter water. I'm the first to admit that. I'm a hard on crime motherfucker. I'm going to flip you, but good, man, and kick your head into the pavement over a quarter water. I don't care if you're 12.
Then we'll get you some rehabilitative fucking.
Yeah, you'll be. Don't worry, prison will rehabilitate you. But I'm saying sometimes in the hood you have to say, "Let him fight." This isn't my business. Let him fight.
Wait, isn't that a Godzilla quote?
Is it?
Yeah, isn't that?
I'm on a roll tonight.
Wait, isn't that what the Japanese scientists said when Godzilla fought King Kong? Or when Godzilla fought the other client.
Did they literally say, let them fight?
Yeah. Literally, it's like, let them fight.
I was unaware of that. But yeah, no, you let them fight. You let them fight.
Okay. Mantis, I'm still going to vote for you. I hope that's not the campaign you're going to ride on. Like, let them fight. We'll see how this turns out. Because even though I agree with you, 99.9%. I think that even in the current situation we're going through, actually, no, let me be responsible. You have a job that no one can find. I have a job that everyone could find. I'm just going to say this and be dumb about it. If you're going to go with the what's right standard, then if we're looking at what's right, I assume we have to look at historically who's done the most wrong. Would you agree with that?
So,
like, we have to have.
Wait, hold on. Can we define what right is? Are we talking about God's right? Are we talking about God's right? Or
I'm glad you asked that question. Fuck, because here I live in the world.
We're subjective, right?
So, if right is the person who has committed the less atrocities, I dare you to look that up. I'm going to use the bathroom and let that ponder for a second. I gotta pee. I'm squirming around. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, Henry Beck says, got my vote. Thank you so much. I count on each and every one of your votes. I basically damn well expect it come the day that I run for whatever it is I'm running for. So, one who's done the less wrong, but all wrongs are viewed equally in the eyes of God. Huh? What's going on here? That's not how I'm judging who I'm on the side of. And so I do have a side. I just don't want to talk about it. Because I don't want to get canceled. I'm sick of all this canceling, man. I'm just here to talk about fun things and drink Chardonnay. Dragon Lady, welcome in to the stream. Fanboy Modeling School here right now. We are with a secret veil, speaking about things that are happening overseas, which may or may not be war. Cincy Star says, can we make a slight correction? Indian brown, Guatemalans brown, Arabs off-white.
Ooh. So I find myself in a very, very awkward situation right now where Cincy Star has quoted something that's scripturally correct in regards to not the Bible, but the Quran. Mantis, can I give you a personal challenge right now? Would you be willing to don't look it up right now, but would you be willing to look up what color the Quran refers to Muhammad as?
I think I don't want to touch this one either.
Is there anyone in the chat that would be willing to go look up what color Muhammad was represented as in the Quran?
I'm actually curious.
The Hadiths. I dare you to go look it up. I dare you. I can't promise your safety afterwards, but continue. Do you want to get to main show topics now, or can I give
I absolutely do.
Can I give another honorable mention? It's not on our line at all, man. I did watch the new Castlevania animated representation there on Netflix. Castlevania Nocturna or Nocturna.
Right.
To be honest with you, I had a good time. I had a good fucking time. I was watching this shit and I was like, thank you, Shaolin, for downplaying it, because I was able to enjoy it. But animation's on point, story's on point. I can see why Shaolin gave us a warning. In all the years that I've been playing Castlevania, I don't think they ever referenced the transatlantic slave trade. But it's definitely referenced in this fucking show, bro. It's definitely. They actually bring up your people's revolt in this show.
Oh, yeah. I heard there was a lot of talk like that. So Google says whitish with a red tinge.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
What does that even mean? With a red tinge? That makes it sound like he's Irish.
Interesting. Yo, I dare you to look a little bit deeper. Maybe if you scroll down the page a little bit further, you'll hear a verb or a description that says, I'm looking for Muhammad. And someone says, allegedly, he is that white man right there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, allegedly.
So, does the Nation of Islam, know this?
Before you go there, remember, what's the difference in the social claim between the Bible and the Quran? The Bible has been altered, but the Quran has never been what? It's never been altered, right? It's never been edited. So if it says that this motherfucker had a red... Anyway, I'll let your imagination go further. So, your thoughts? Castlevania, Haitians, fighting vampires. What do you think?
So, I haven't watched it. I'm willing to watch it, but a lot of people are giving it Courtney didn't just not like it. He really didn't like it.
And I understand why.
Okay.
But it's been cleared for a second season, and not like the Rings of Power. Like, the show actually did extremely well.
Are we going to get any second seasons of anything because the actor strike?
No. It's already been cleared. It's in production. They're doing.
No, actors can't work right now. They're all on strike.
Bro. Voice actors are not actors. Those motherfuckers are going to take work wherever they can get it.
So we're going to get cartoons. We're going to get a shitload of cartoons. They're like, the next Avengers movie is going to be a cartoon in theaters.
And when I say voice actors aren't like actors, no. It's cleared by Netflix. It's happening. The reviewers that deal in that space, and by the way, I just want to tell you, the Castlevania review space is a very interesting space on YouTube. Have you ever delved in there before? Like, have you gone to that part?
To do that now.
It's a very interesting space. Yeah, people really enjoyed it because it has one scene at the end of the entire first season. Even if you had a problem with it, redeems it for a lot of racist people. I'm throwing that on the table. It redeems it for a lot of racist people.
I will have to watch it.
Watch it, man.
Speaking of things that aren't going to go into production or might go into production, let's talk about Daredevil, shall we? Let's pivot. We've had a lot of heavy politics right now. Let's talk about Daredevil. So,
are you uncomfortable with the topic of Muhammad, the Prophet Muhammad, possibly being a ginger?
We were also talking about.
Just say it, man. Are you uncomfortable with the concept of that?
To be honest, yes. So, if he literally was, no, I mean, come on. I mean,
if Muhammad was a ginger, would you have a problem with that?
Like if we went in a time machine, went back in time, and see like an Irish guy. What the fuck?
Why do you hate gingers?
No, I don't hate gingers.
You hate ginger males. I get that.
No, I mean, yeah. Okay, let's say that. Let's go with that. I don't know, man. Let's talk about Daredevil, shall we?
Yeah. Another ginger in the comics. Daredevil, Matt Murdock, Irish by descent. The show has not been scrapped. So I want to clarify that really quickly. They did fire the showrunners and the writers, and they are taking it back to concept to redo it. Your thoughts?
That's absolutely perfect. It's utterly brilliant.
Boom!
Because too often they rush into it. I'm sure She-Hulk never revised their scripts ever. They wrote whatever crap came to mind and they put it out there because you know what? The cockiness of success of Marvel. They just felt like they could do whatever they want, right? They don't have to really put any effort into it.
No pilots on their shows, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing about a pilot. You have to get past the pilot. Like a normal television, you have to have the pilot that's good enough to order more. And so if you don't reach that threshold, you just fail, right? And so with no pilots on Netflix, they're just making crap, or on Disney Plus, all these streamers, they're just making crap. They're like, look, we made 18 episodes of a piece of fucking steaming pile of garbage.
Let me ask you a question, man. If there was a tier of payment where you had exclusive access to pilot episodes, right? But you, not some random person, it's like, hey, if you want to pay $18, we are going to be releasing pilot episodes for your tier where you as a fan can directly let us know how you react to that pilot. Would you pay for that?
Absolutely.
Exactly, bro. And that's where Disney fucked up. But I think they're course correcting. If the issue here is that Daredevil was so bad that they're like, fuck this shit, we're not releasing it, I think that's the right move, bro.
Yo, did you hear elements of the script?
So he had the yellow outfit on, and for all you motherfuckers standing for the yellow outfit,
I love the yellow outfit.
Oh, yeah. Except for you. You motherfuckers are what we call in the hood gay. Like, fuck that yellow outfit.
No, so here's what I'm saying. It's not the yellow outfit you need to worry about. So they said he did not suit up as Daredevil until the 4th episode.
Oh, so it was a rebranding. It was a
yeah, they were gonna have him not be Daredevil in the first, not until the 4th episode. That's insane.
I don't think that's true. I don't trust any 4chan's leaks. I don't think that was the issue. I think the actual, because here's the problem, right? Even if him showing up in She-Hulk was like future and then the show takes place after that, I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue was that people knew when watching this, and when I say people, I think producers, board members, they're like, wait, this is a wildly popular show on Netflix that was popular for a certain reason. You can't do the Disney Plus version of that. And that's what I got from the She-Hulk episode. For all you guys that stand on Daredevil showing up for She-Hulk, I was like, this is nonsense. No one likes the golden era Daredevil. No one likes the golden era Daredevil. We all
like the golden.
No, you don't, bro. No, you don't. You do not like the golden era Daredevil. You do not like the.
Wait, hold on. Let me explain. I don't like actual golden era Daredevil. Just like I don't like a golden era. No, let me finish. Just like I don't like any gold. Like try to read the Uncanny X-Men, the reprints of the original ones. They are horrible. They are just really bad.
They're amazing. They're about black people persevering and face.
You think Stan Lee, a Polish Jew, was fucking thinking about black people when he wrote a story about 5 white kids?
Yes, it's about
That's
Malcolm X and fucking Martin Luther King. Are you telling me that the internet is wrong, or is that what you're
They
telling me?
made that up like in the 90s, yo. They made that analogy in the 90s. Yo, so check this out. But I do like it. For instance, like Frank Miller did a thing called Daredevil Yellow. And it's like a story that takes place back when he wore a yellow costume. I think when they reference the yellow costume, I don't really like classic Daredevil. Who likes classic?
You don't exactly. You don't like classic.
No, but I've read good stories of yellow Daredevil.
No, you have not read a good story of Golden Era Daredevil. You've read stories that referenced or retconned.
Yeah, featured. Yeah.
No, not featured, motherfucker. Redcon or reference.
Okay, so you need to for starters, you need to calm the fuck down, bro.
No, I will not calm down. This nigga had a yellow outfit on. He was running around beating up
But
Irish
what
people.
I'm saying is that's what the show is going to do anyway, so it's the same thing. The show isn't going to make him like the 60s, and he's not going to say G. Willikers and shit. He's going to be a modern interpretation of Yellow Daredevil.
Wait. Did he not? In the modern interpretation of Daredevil in the yellow outfit, did he not say G. Willikers? He took his shame walk. He took the walk of shame.
It's in a She-Hulk. It's Joey She-Hulk as a comedy.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's why it should be scrapped. So
they're not going to make his show a comedy just because he's appeared in a comedy.
Yes, they were, and that's why it got
they
scrapped.
weren't going to do that. They weren't going to do that.
I'm telling you right now, you're defending the thing you hate. Marvel was going to release a hot mess comedical version of Daredevil.
It wasn't going to be comedic. They said it was lighter hearted than
What does that mean?
It's not a full comedy. Calm down, you
Mantis. I'm appealing to your Marvel hating self. The MCU says we're going to release a lighthearted version of Daredevil. They
said it would be lighter.
Mantis, bro, you're going full fucking Republican Senate right now.
No. Listen up, AOC.
No,
lighter does not mean full comedy. It wasn't gonna be a comedy. Daredevil's never been a comedy.
If they said to you, "Hey, we're gonna release a lighter version of Blade,"
it just means Blade's gonna kill less people. That's all it means.
You know that pause right there. You know what that pause was in your response?
Tell me about my pause. Tell me about myself right now.
Cognitively, your pause was you just recapped all 3 Blade movies, right? And you probably even thought about the show. And you thought in your mind in that millisecond, what would a lighter version of Blade mean? And then you compare that to your current disdain for the political climate we live in.
For starters, Cincy Star says the nation believes that a black man, Yakub, created white people on an island that's outside of White Turkey.
Okay, so in regard to that, wait, pull that statement back up. You're my best friend. I don't know if I want to smoke, but I definitely don't want it for you. But I'm sorry you're here. Cincy, that is all true. I want you to go look up, if you don't already know, I assume Cincy knows this, right? So it's for the audience. I want you to look up the guy that taught Elijah Muhammad about the Nation of Islam, allegedly. And then go look up a term that's used in the nation called the wheel. You didn't hear it from me. You didn't hear any of that from me.
Remember, to our viewers, you want to look that up after this episode. The wheel.
Elijah Muhammad, and who's the guy that taught Elijah Muhammad about Islam? I think you will find it very, very interesting. Continue.
Dragon Lady says, Mantis, are you Marvel or DC?
Oh boy.
Well, Marvel. Yeah, I'm Marvel.
No, you're DC, bro. You love DC.
I do love DC.
You loved. Why are you acting brand new, bro?
No, I don't.
Yo, privately, me and Mantis have talked about all these things And he's like, I fucking hate the thought of Daredevil on MCU. And I'm like, might be a good time, bro. Might be a good time.
So, no, actually, here's what's going on.
Okay.
I'm gonna admit that before he actually was on Netflix, when they were like, "We're making a Daredevil show," I was like, "Oh, brother!" And like, I wanted to see X-Men, I want to see Fan 4. I was like, Daredevil, whatever. However, they did a really good rendition of.
Did you
Daredevil.
like the last season of Daredevil on Netflix?
I did.
Thought it was great.
I've liked every season of Daredevil. A lot of people didn't like the Punisher seasons too. I liked it.
I thought they were all good. I mean,
I thought they were all good. I thought
even Jessica Jones, man. I thought they were all good. What? Oh, you hate women? Hate women?
Yeah, I hate women. They shouldn't have shows. They shouldn't have driver's licenses. And who are they to have superpowers? It's ridiculous.
Oh wait, I can save you for the liberals. Mantis hates white women.
Jessica Jones was not as good as the comic. It was a watered down version of the comic.
Well,
And
Jessica Jones in the comic sucked too. Why?
No, the comic book Alias, her graphic novel. Fucking read it, bro. I guarantee you haven't fucking read it. Yeah,
I read it. And it fucking sucked.
You haven't read shit, motherfucker.
The whole Purple Man shit. And then when they retconned that shit,
you liked the show? The show was like the most mediocre thing ever.
No, the first season of the show was great.
So mediocre.
It was great in the sense that it was building up Luke Cage. That's all I cared about. Literally, that's all I think about Jessica Jones about. It's like, oh, she's
now we have to talk about the Netflix things because honestly, I liked Luke Cage, but still they watered down Luke Cage and they fucked up Iron Fist.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Hold the fuck up, you fucking race traitor. Let me turn my camera back on. What do you mean they watered down Luke Cage?
Okay, so
that shit was mad black, son. They had rap. They had Raphael Sadiq. Mad black. Mad black.
It was mad black, but they made him a third stringer.
Okay, hold on. Explain that. Unpack that for me.
Okay, so, and I hate to make this racial, but this
you're
totally
gonna make it racial. You hate dark-skinned black people.
No, so I hate to make this racial, but like Iron Man gets a movie, and Captain America gets a movie. Thor gets a movie.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! How many Luke Cage comics have you bought in your life?
Oh, a ton.
God damn it, Mantis! For once on this show, I just want you to keep it all the way 100.
I am 100 right now. You want me to go into my fucking boxes right now? I've been a fan of Luke Cage.
Your comics. Yo, we've known each other for damn near I've been alive for 2 decades. You're a time traveler. Obviously, you're only 21 in age. But you and I both know, Mantis, this is your opportunity, right?
No, okay, for starters, no, seriously, you don't tell me what the fuck I collect, okay, son? I tell you what the fuck I collect, okay? So straight up.
Mantis, I brought Luke Cage up to you once, and you called him the worst character.
I did never said that. You are making this shit up.
Yo, you said that shit. We were talking about black character representation.
I'm even a fan of him being Power Man.
You're a fan of the tiara?
You know what? This is the one time you used it right. It is kind of a tiara, isn't it? But like
continue. I'm sorry.
So basically, like in the 90s,
right?
And you know what it is? That's what the show did. They made 90s Luke Cage, where he was wearing he was wearing a black leather jacket. That was his costume. And I was like, why does the black man not get a costume or a code name?
Because Hawkeye didn't get a costume.
No, you're talking about MCU. I'm talking about in the comics in the 90s. The comics they had Cage, and I remember getting #1, and it was a foil cover. And then he's like, "It's a new Cage." It's him ripping out the yellow shit.
Wait. You're talking? No, I'm not saying this is what you're talking about. But remember, in the 90s, we were dealing with trying to figure out if Rage was the same thing.
I knew the story of Rage. I collected those Avengers.
But you understand?
I knew he wasn't. No, I know. He's the little kid who got turned into the big guy, and he's wearing a yellow mask.
We're talking about the same thing, but before Young Avengers, which was in the 2000s, we're talking New Warriors. Rage. You remember how confused we were all where Luke Cage and then Rage came out?
When Rage first came out, yes, but then I did read Avengers, and I did learn, figure out that I hate his story too. That he's like a little kid that got turned into giant.
They only used.
Yeah.
And you remember this? This is very controversial. If you're a comic reader, you remember when they had Rage ripping out of Luke Cage's costume, and then you read the comic and you realize they're not even the same fucking person. Do you remember that shit? Do you remember it, bro?
Yeah. But I want to talk about Cage right now.
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. So in the 90s, they have one where he's ripping out of his yellow costume, and then he's like getting a new costume, and then you look in it, and he just puts on a black.
It's not Luke Cage.
It's not Rage. I'm talking about fucking Cage, you idiot.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. Go ahead, continue. Mantis is just re-upping right now.
Yeah, I am freaking getting the cover of this damn fucking comic. Here it is, Cage number 1, motherfucker. I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah, but that's Rage. It's Rage.
It's not Rage, you idiot imbecile.
Yo, I bought the comic. I'm telling you.
I have this comic. It is Cage. It is Luke Cage. That's not Rage.
Mantis, you and I know you didn't support black characters in the back.
You are a fool. That is not Rage.
But okay, I'm bringing it up right now. Man. Go ahead, continue your point though. I respect you and validate your feelings. Go ahead.
What has happened to you, bro?
Go ahead.
You're really drunk tonight.
No,
Lainey's giving the eyeballs. She's like, "What am I watching right now?" He said, "Season 3 Daredevil is good."
So check this out, right, man. You don't have to trust me. But if you go look up the versus battle of Luke Cage versus Rage, which is referenced directly from that.
We're not going to look at that. We're going to look at the cover that clearly states that I'm right.
Okay,
because we don't need to look at fucking whatever YouTube thing you watched the other week. Right
Nigga,
now,
you put me on the versus.
I did, but this is in the 90s. Luke Cage tossing his costume out. This is Luke Cage for a black leather jacket, and that is not Rage. Rage is 8 feet tall and has to wear a mask because he's deformed. He's a little kid who got turned into a super hulking dude. They are not the same character. This is not Rage. This is not fucking Rage for the 50th time, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, this character becomes Rage. The same guy that got knocked out.
It is not. This is Luke Cage.
Bro, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that your life is wrong. I'm saying that Marvel steered this character into Rage. They did, bro. They did. Absolutely.
Rage. He's not Rage. Okay. They're not even the same costume, bro. They're not in the same.
All right, just continue. You're not wrong. Marvel's wrong. Marvel's wrong. But continue. You were saying you hate black comic book.
That's it, folks. Have a nice night. Fanboy Modeling School.
You were saying why do you hate black characters?
Why do you hate black characters?
Well, mostly because most of them owe me money.
He said it, not me. He said they're broke ass fools.
All right.
Okay, so anyway, in the later on, after Civil War, right. Luke Cage becomes the head of the Avengers, and like he is so freaking amazing. He's the head of the new Avengers, right? The rebel ones or whatever. And and they actually did a great job of making him like a significant like dude. And I was really like into it. And then when he finally gets like a thing, it's a Netflix original series where he rarely uses his powers. And he has to clean up the hood. And trust me, don't get me wrong, the villains, particularly the villains in the first season of Luke Cage, were incredible.
Right.
Cottonmouth and stuff. But I think that he deserved a bigger, more expensive like show and situation.
I can agree with that. Did you ever watch New York Undercover as a kid?
Yeah.
You remember that show, New York Undercover? It was like Dick Wolf, the guy that makes Law and Order, all that shit.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, black cop, Latino cop. That's the vibe I got when I watched the first season of Luke Cage. Now, when we got to the second season, I think the second season was amazing, but it's weird what happened there, right? Let me ask you a question. Where's Falcon from in Marvel Comics?
So, Falcon, like in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics.
So he is like I believe, a drug dealing. He's either a pimp or a drug dealer, but I know he was like he was a criminal, or whatever.
Fuck all that shit. Where's he from?
Is he from Harlem?
Boom. Where is Killmonger from in the comics?
That I don't know. To be honest, I didn't even know the character Killmonger until Black Panther.
I didn't expect you to know, but he was raised in Harlem. Where's Luke Cage from?
Harlem.
No, not Harlem. Weirdest thing that ever happened in the MCU, man, for all you fucking .com warriors, Falcon and fucking Killmonger are from Harlem. Luke Cage, not from Harlem. I don't know why they did that shit. Here's my issue with the whole Luke Cage thing on Netflix. The original, man. First season was great in that sense where I feel like I'm watching more New York Undercover. I'm like, oh shit, this superhero. He's in Harlem, Cottonmouth. But the problem is when we get to the second season with Bushmaster,
it's too. Here's what it is. It's too low. I don't want to say low budget because it is actually high budget for a show.
Very high budget for a show.
But like I'm just saying, it's not. I hate that like the Avengers on the movies. They were the whitest whiteys who ever whited. They literally had 6 people who were all super white, and they're freaking saving the universe.
Green. He was green. You got to represent.
He was only sometimes green.
Oh shit, son! Don't declare his fucking green hood.
There are a lot of green people in the MCU, but like basically, but when it finally comes to Luke Cage, he's relegated to like this TV show where he's just cleaning up regular villains. And trust me, I don't mind street level stories, but like I want street level stories like Batman. Like Batman's beating up villains and then eventually finds some master criminal.
So, and I agree with you on that. And this all ties into, because this all started with the Jessica Jones.
Hello, demon.
And the whole thing, man. Here's my issue with why I'm not mad at them rebooting Daredevil, right? If you're going to do street level, make it street level, bro. Like, make it street level. The Daredevil that was swashbuckling with the yellow and whatever outfit back in the day, the original conception of that outfit is extremely corny. We all know that. We widely accept that Daredevil became very interesting with Frank Miller. I think it's a good idea that Marvel fucking paused this shit, man. I think it's a really good idea. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you why, bro. Because even though Daredevil was dope on Netflix, I'm talking about the MCU. Anything they bring, I expect it to be way better than anything on Netflix. So if this shit was
it should
bad
be
enough,
for the money we pay.
Well, I don't know how much you pay. I pay $5 for that shit. I pay $5.
I had to give my firstborn. That's why I'm alone in this one.
Don't you agree? Don't you think that Daredevil, like any show that they bring at this point, man, street level, it should be consistent with their most popular versions, right?
Okay, so I don't fully agree with you right now. Here's what I'm saying.
Wait, let me lay it out. So do you think that people want to tune in for the swashbuckling Daredevil or Frank Miller Daredevil?
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. When you are adapting a character, just like I'm like, just like I don't like it when they water down comic book adaptations.
Right.
I think you need to address all aspects of the character and you can't ignore any one of them. And I'll give you an example. Here's one thing I did like that they did I thought it was cute in Luke Cage. I do like that they at least have him dress up in the yellow. And he has the tiara because it's part of the prison
outfit. It's not like he's running around.
Right. But they at least referenced it, and so therefore, basically what they said is they're like, "This is the history of the character, and we're referencing it." I was like, "Okay, cool." Right. So I do appreciate that Marvel decided to be like, "Let's reference yellow Daredevil," and trust me, there's no way he's going to keep his yellow costume the entire time of the new series. There's no way. I bet he changes it in like 3 or 4 episodes. People like him in Darkness and all this shit. I'm sure that's happening. However, I don't have a problem with him occasionally wearing yellow and you know, getting laid. Let the man get laid.
He got laid in the comics, bro.
He fucks a lot, actually.
Yo, Mantis, you and I
For a blind guy, he gets laid a lot.
What the fuck?
For a blind guy.
What the fuck? What? He's handy capable, not handy incapable. You insensitive son of a bitch. What I'm saying to you, man, I agree with what you're saying, bro. Fuck the yellow outfit. If Disney, who you've been quoted as saying as woke, decided to scrap something, that's a good sign that they decided to take this back to the creative board, man. They didn't cancel the show. They got rid of the showrunners. They got rid of the writers, bro.
Yeah, but they're just redoing it. They're redoing it better.
Yeah, no, but this might be a good thing, man, because here's what I don't want from Daredevil, right? Beyond the golden age, which Mantis secretly hates, but is now protecting live on stream. No one gives a fuck about Golden Age Daredevil. In fact, his sales from Golden Age Daredevil to Frank Miller's Daredevil were so abysmal.
All comics Golden Age sales were not good.
Okay, that's not true.
No, what I'm saying is, as they entered the Silver Age, it went up and up, and then it kept rising into the 90s.
Some Golden Era comics sales were better than their modern sales. You know this. You know this. You know this. You know this. You know this, bro. Just
I'm saying that the comic books kept inflating up until the 90s. That's why we had people like Rob Liefeld was dating a supermodel, or I think he married her, right?
What does that have to do with comic sales? Hashtag Nick Luke.
That's how much money these guys were making money. They were heroes. Everybody loved them. They were cool. But back in the 60s.
Oh, wait. Fuck all this bullshit, man. Fuck all this. Fuck. Actually, we got to talk about something way more interesting, man. Fuck Daredevil. Fuck Disney. We got to talk about you at Comic-Con in Manhattan. Jacob Javits Center. What the fuck went down, man? Because your story was not singular to you, man. I talked to a few other people that went to Comic-Con. They had a great time at the event, as per usual. But they had a horrible time afterwards. What happened, bro? What's going on there?
Wait, you're saying this year?
Yeah, this year.
Oh, no, I didn't go this year.
You didn't go this year?
No.
So that's extremely funny because your post on IG about having to get an Uber.
Oh, yes.
So
you know what it is? It's because the BQE was shut down.
Yes.
So
yeah.
all the city was backed up, and it took you hours to get anywhere. It was freaking hell on earth.
So
and I can only imagine what these poor cosplayers went through. It's like the 1 year I didn't go.
Bro, have you read any of the things? Have you read any of the boards? Like, people were leaving Comic-Con expecting to get back to like Connecticut. Fuck it, not even Connecticut, New Rochelle, and they were stuck in the city after Comic-Con.
Right, I believe it. I believe it.
Why didn't you go? You're our guy on the ground. What happened there?
So when
you're a guy on the ground. What happened, bro?
Actually,
why didn't you go to Comic-Con, you fucking racist? I'll be right back.
No, he's right. I should have gone to Comic-Con. I don't remember. I had a good reason. And I just don't remember. How is everybody doing today? Thank you for coming to visit us, even though we're bickering and fighting the entire time. And we can't get any words in edgewise. This is the life of a streamer, let me tell you. So we've got a strangely silent chat. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. Welcome back.
Thank you. I had to pee so bad.
Rebeck says, I'm fine. How are you, Mantis? I'm all right. I'm doing all right.
So, Comic-Con. Why did you go, man? Are you done with it? Are you done with Comic-Con?
No, I will definitely be back. I forget what the reason was.
I will be back. You're done with it. You hated it last year. What's going on with you, man? Why do you hate Comic-Con so much?
No. I didn't hate it the year before. I enjoyed it. That was like when Marvel and DC didn't show up. And actually, it's funny. I went. My sister hated it. That was another thing. I think my sister's done with it, and so I normally go with my sister and my nephew, and so they say they're not going back, but I'll definitely go back.
So what'd you do? What'd you do over the weekend, man? I had people coming into my place of work talking about how great Comic-Con was, but they couldn't get out of the city. So what happened there?
Oh no! So it was a friend of mine, her birthday, and I went to go visit her, do that whole thing.
Oh, a friend of yours' birthday.
It's not like that. It's not like that. just a buddy of mine. So what? We have other topics. Do we have other topics?
We do. Let's get into the Jada Pinkett Will Smith debacle, man. And so I had an interesting conversation with Pokey in my Discord. Do you know who Pokey is?
Oh, yeah, I know Pokey, yeah.
All right, Pokey is a wildly intelligent person who I respect. I respect his views, and I don't agree with everything that Pokey says, but not because of what he's saying. I just don't agree with every stance, right? So I posted in my Discord in the question of the day, is there anyone else that has had a higher fall from grace than Will Smith?
Oh.
Now, let me quantify that for you, right? Fall from grace doesn't always have to do with a scandal, right? It doesn't mean that you were touching little children or doing weird shit, but someone that just fell from the standard that we held them at.
It's hard to respect him these days. It's really hard to respect.
Let's talk about the standard at which Will Smith was held at. He has always been a corny motherfucker. He is the quintessential corny rapper, but that's what made him special. In fact, it wasn't even that he was corny. It was just high moral fiber, right? Would you agree with that?
I absolutely agree. As a matter of fact, over on Hot 95, we're even playing, because it's Halloween, Nightmare on My Street, when he was, when it was DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and that's a good one. So yeah, he always did family, even in the 90s when he went back to rapping. He always did somewhat family friendly, easy access pop stuff. But he became, in terms of like movies and acting, he was like almost like, at a time, dare I say it, he was treated like he was a young Denzel.
I'm so happy you took it there, right? Because what's really weird is he made a movie called 6 Degrees of Separation. Do you remember that movie?
Oh, I do. Very controversial.
At a time when that movie would be considered controversial, and he got advice allegedly from whom? Denzel Washington on how to play a certain character. Will Smith, in the immediate black context, I won't say any other context because I can't speak for you guys. For a lot of black males, it was like, okay, it's okay to be that type of guy, right? The corny guy. Some people call it corny. We would just say morally upright type of dude, right?
Right.
His entire character on The Fresh Prince was a kid that was trying to figure out who he was and who he was going to become. Mantis, I got to tell you, man, I hate Jada Pinkett Smith, but I don't really hate her, right? I don't give a fuck about her, but I hate her social media presence.
Right, like when she appears on the screen, you're like, what the fuck? Why are you ruining my day?
But I also blame Will for this, man, and I'm starting to think that we have gotten game. So in case you don't know, Jada Pinkett Smith has released a book called My Side, My Version, My Story, My Gender. I didn't realize
she was like an entire life story.
Neither did I, bro. Neither did I, bro. But Jada Pinkett Smith has released a book, and she's been going on her media tour. So she's gone to Hoda on Good Morning America or Good Day to America, like whatever that bullshit is. She's doing the rounds, man. And within a week, let me take a deep breath. She's come out and said the following things. Tupac proposed to me while he was at Rikers Island. Right?
I've heard her say this before, though. This isn't.
No. She's never said this. This is breaking news.
I feel like I've heard her say he proposed to her.
No. This is the first time this shit is coming out. Secondly, Will Smith and I have been separated for the past 7 years. Thirdly, I was surprised that he referred to me as his wife after he bitch smacked Chris Rock.
They
Right?
went to the Oscars together. What does she think? They're legally married. What does she think?
Right. All right. Are you ready? Do you have your vomit bag with you? Is it nearby?
Right here.
All right. So, in response to her book tour shit, and you expect people who are writing books or just release a book or a movie to go on these type of tours. Will Smith responded to all these things, right? Her being surprised that he referred to her as his wife, etc., etc. He referred to her as a deeply empathetic person, right? And now Jada Pinkett was back on Hoda saying that we're not divorced, we're in a deep place of healing. So first, they're separated for 7 years. Then they're in a deep place of healing. Mantis, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to turn my camera off. Go for it.
So she flips the script when she wants to. She literally constantly uses this poor son of a bitch for social media clout. Like, basically, she wanted something to help sell her book, so she decided to drop this thing. We have not been together, since 2016 or 17 or something. And so she drops this. This is obviously going to move books. People are going to start buying. And then later on recants that. This poor man has to put up with it. Like, literally, his woman is getting points for denying him.
Does he have to put up with it? Can I ask you a question? What is the functional definition of a cuck?
It's Will Smith.
All right, but what is a cuck? Right. What is a cuck?
I'm gonna get the definition right here.
So let's get the definition.
A weak, according to the dictionary, it's a weak or servile man, often used as a contemptuous term for a man with moderate or progressive political views.
Ouch.
And then the second definition is a man whose wife is sexually unfaithful.
So let me ask you a question. Would a cuck, in your personal definition, and according to that definition, be the type of person that flip-flops on it, right? So we've been calling Will Smith a cuck because the way Jada is treating him. Could Will Smith be a cuck because he's into it?
That doesn't make it any better.
It's not about better. I'm asking you, could he be a cuck of a different variety? Could he be into being...
He could, however, I'm gonna bring up some video evidence right now.
All right.
Because
wait, before you bring in the evidence, could he be a cuck because he's into it?
So I'm gonna say that, like, I'm gonna say no, and it's because of this video evidence.
So he's not a willing participant.
I do not think he's a willing participant. Let me ask you. I think we've all been there, but have you ever been a simp for a woman that is unworthy, even when you were a kid?
Yeah, I've been a simp for a woman, but if she sucked another dick, I wouldn't go on a book tour.
However, sometimes you'd make excuses for a woman who was less than worthy, right?
Oh, good point.
And it seems like especially when he said she's an empathetic person, a beautiful person, he's making an excuse for his abuser. Oh, I see where you're getting at.
I see where you're going. Mantis is going full red pill right now. Ladies, buckle up.
Fuck bitches. No,
no victim blaming here.
Real quick. And of all people talking about this is the most bizarre part of it all. Of all people talking about this, we are going to actually look at, what's his face? Walsh.
Okay.
Matt Walsh.
Oh boy.
And so I never thought that he would have, a guy like this would ever have like a good thing to say about this particular thing. It's just like,
well, he hates black people, so I'm sure he has something
to say. Okay. Okay. Let's see what he has to say.
Publicly humiliated again by his apparently estranged wife. He responds by blaming himself and his emotional blindness. So he's the one who's emotionally blind. Beta. She is just ripping him to shreds in public constantly. No concern for his own emotions. But she's the one who brings him on camera to talk about her affair while he sits there, clearly like on the verge of tears. It's an utter.
That's why I don't think he's having fun. That does that look like a man who's having fun? That does not look like a man.
Wait. But that's why I asked you what the definition of a cuck is. Mantis, I'm not accusing you of anything, but you spend a lot of time on the hub, right?
I mean, I don't know about a lot of time, but
not a lot of time. You spent time on the hub, right?
Yes, I've spent some time on the hub, yeah.
I'm not saying that you're in this subgenre.
I don't fuck with the subgenre at all. It's crazy.
What do you think by modern standards people consider a cuck?
I mean, Will Smith. A man whose wife or girlfriend is making him look like a fool.
But he's a willing participant, right? So if you, can you do me a favor? Do me a favor without doing me a favor. Hit your incognito, right? And then go type in the word cuck. And then put the word video in it.
Wait, we're not going to share this with the audience.
No, nigga, of course we're not going to share it. But can you do that at some point? Like cuck, video, porn, corn?
You know what? Why don't I not? And you just tell me where you're going with this.
Yeah, Will Smith is a cuck in the sense that porn thinks about it. I think he's a willing participant. I think Will might be the type of guy that's into, fuck my wife, right? You're not unfamiliar with this type of shit. Yeah, you fuck some dude's girlfriend.
Well, weren't they swingers? Weren't they?
No, there's no evidence that they were actually swingers. That's the thing. The whole thing was based off of an open relationship. But if we're believing JADA, and you would agree we should believe all women, right?
I've never said that ever in my life. That is an insane idea.
Well, JADA is a woman. I'm going to believe her because I believe all women.
Okay.
JADA is saying that they were not in a committed relationship or not in a marital relationship for 7 years, which includes the time where she sucked August Alstina's pole. So I'm saying that if that happened and they came to this spiritual place where they're in a deep healing, and they had to separate for the deep healing, Will Smith might be a cuck. He might be a cuck by today's standards. A man that's okay with a lot of shit that his bitch does.
It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. He's played so many epic heroes, important people in
He's
our
an
lives.
actor. He's supposed to pretend. There might be an opportunity here where Will Smith lets Jada Pinkett do things that make him happy. Not whatever she wants, but Will Smith might be the type of guy that asks for a snowball. Right? Right?
Or he's like one of those guys who's just like, I'm going to let some other guy bang her, and I'm going to be outside watching through the window.
No, based off of this, Will Smith might be that guy in the video.
Oh my fucking god! This is
Clearly
the fall of a
broken
hero.
man, and she doesn't notice or doesn't care, or both. And yet Will Smith says that he's the one who is emotionally blind. And then he extols Jada's hidden nuances and subtle beauties. Beta! And it's true, by the way. I don't deny that if Jada Pinkett Smith has any beauty, it is very subtle.
Damn! Oh, I'm so sick of this woman. I'm so sick of her being on our screens. I'm sick of her being in the headlines. Her just like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's just like Jada Pinkett in that one. What's that dude rapper's name, man? Tall motherfucker, always twerking. It's a dude, male rapper. He's always twerking, man. I can't remember.
Little Nas X.
No, not that motherfucker. The other one, but the long hair. just got his boyfriend sent to jail for shooting him in the foot.
Megan the Stallion.
That nigga, that nigga right there.
That was the best setup I've ever fucking seen in my life.
That nigga right there, man. These professional victims in this media sphere always bug me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Play the
I hate
video,
to bring it.
man.
I hate to bring it back to like the political thing. Remember that subject we were talking about that we don't like to talk what it is and all this stuff. I hate that both sides, their arguments as to why the side can do what they want or whatever, or should be able to do what they want, is what level of victim they are.
Right.
They can't decide which one's the big old victim, and I'm like, what the fuck does that fucking matter? Like, what the
Bro, you know what the great thing is? And thinking about what you just said, man. Johnny Depp not being convicted of his bullshit, right? It can still be subjective, right? Maybe Johnny did it. Who knows? But the court of law said he didn't do it. Court of law said he didn't do it.
All right.
Jonathan Majors, man. He was a man that had everything hanging in the balance of the court of public opinion. All these things, man. And as more information comes out, I look at Jonathan Majors and I'm like, someone's going to say, don't date these snow bunnies, right? Someone's going to say, don't date these white bitches. But black bitches do the same thing, right? When I look at Will Smith, he's not even in a Jonathan Majors section, man. He didn't date some chick that turned out to be crazy. I believe that JADA showed him her level of crazy, and like Will agreed to it, bro. And when you think about it, how many guys have we known in our life that agreed to some bullshit? This is not some red pill shit.
Men and women. And so it's funny. I was talking to a friend the other day on the phone, and she went on like a dating site date, right?
Right.
And she said in the middle of their dinner, she said, I think he has like inner rage. And I said, rage? And she's like, no, he just seemed like he has an inner rage, a darkness about him. And then later on when she was talking, she was like, yeah, he talked about smoking PCP. And I was like, yo, you need to bail on this motherfucker right now. And she's like, but I had a good time. And I was like, he has told you by his own things 2 red flags, and in truth, I do believe people tell you who they are, and
I agree with that.
Sometimes we ignore this, right? We ignore the thing. We're like, somebody does something crazy. Like I'll tell you, my most psycho-y girlfriend ever who did some crazy, truly criminal, crazy shit. When we were on our first date, we were at a mall and we were waiting for a movie to start. And we went to different stores, and she kept shoplifting. She shoplifted in 5 different stores. And I was stupid enough to go back out with this girl. But that was a sign.
You weren't stupid, bro. According to by today's standards, she was liberating resources that should be allocated to poor people.
She's just from Portland or something.
All right. I want to address. I see where you're going. I'm going to tie this together. I'm going to put a bow on it, but it's going to take me a second. So Bex put there corny. And then put emojis of corny. The man jokes is so cringe. I don't think so. And allow me to use hip hop as the foundation, and allow me to use Meg the Stallion as the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me break this shit down so it will never have to be broken again. I have no empathy for Meg the Stallion, not because she's a black woman or a woman, but because she's the bitch that claims she runs in social circles where I wouldn't have to be empathetic. If you use the word plug, thug, get at you, nigga, you don't know who I am, you're speaking my language.
Right.
I don't know who you are. You are the plug. You could have gunners. You could have niggas on the building shooting bucks for all I know. So let me treat you accordingly. Meg the Stallion is a dude. She likes to rap like a dude. She likes to pretend to be a dude. She wants to be a gangster until she gets treated like a gangster and gets shot in the foot. Saw that movie Goodfellas? You've seen that movie before, right?
Yeah.
Remember when he shot Spider in the foot?
Yeah.
What'd they do to Spider? Don't say it out loud, right? This is shit that happens to gangsters. Gangsters get shot in the foot sometimes in the movies and in real life. The reason I call Meg Thee Stallion a dude is not because of her physical prowess. It's because of who she's trying to pretend to be.
Right.
And how this correlates to Jonathan Majors and the things you're talking about right now, man, is that Meg Thee Stallion is not a victim. You run with hood niggas, you a hood nigga.
Yeah.
You get shot in the foot hanging out with a nigga who talks about bucking niggas down, and the only thing you experienced was a shot in the foot. You got off lucky.
And you know what I would like to point out? This is the thing that even drives me even crazier. She didn't really technically get shot in the foot. She got shrapnel. He shot near her, or whoever shot, because there's questions as to who shot it, and she got shrapnel in the foot from it bursting off the wall. So, but however, I think I told you this, that I made a joke about that I was like, well, at least she has street cred and she can say she got shot.
Got no street cred.
And all these women started attacking me. Like, I can't make that joke.
Well, no, you can. You can make that joke. If a woman can make a little dick joke, you can make that joke. Here's the deal.
Here's my question. Why are women so sensitive about Meg Thee Stallion?
I don't know.
Like she's carrying them or in their dreams.
Let me give you the headline. I don't know, and I don't give a fuck. I hold Meg Thee Stallion to the same standard that I hold any rapper. Like, yo, you talk that gangster shit, I don't give a fuck if you get shot in your foot. You got off easy. The reason I equate her to a man is, bitch, you want to play a man's game. You want to play the gangster game? Use a man. Has nothing to do with your physical representation. Mantis, I dare you. Go listen to her songs. You tell me if you think this is a woman talking. You tell me, like, this nigga thinks he's tough. This nigga thinks he's tough. So I'm gonna treat you like a nigga. Here's my issue.
Here's Rebex's rebound. She says, in that case, then you might as well call Cardi a man, Nicki a man, and Kim a man.
Yeah. Guess what? I hold them by the same standards. But of all three, Kim got beat by Biggie, never pressed charges. Right? Oh, here we go. Nicki got jumped by niggas, never pressed charges. Here we go. Cardi got jumped by and potentially sexually accosted, never pressed charges. But one big bitch that y'all wanted to defend, pressed charges. Nigga, you hanging with a motherfucker from Canada talking all that gangster shit. You a dude, in my opinion. Yo, Mantis, let me ask you a question. You're going to get some Kennedy Fried Chicken one night, right?
Okay.
Walking through Washington Heights, the old stopping grounds, maybe even Brooklyn, getting Kennedy Fried Chickens. It's 4 a.m. You know that's when they put the good chicken out, right? Because they gotta get ready for the 6 a.m. crew, right? So you go get your Kennedy Fried Chicken. Bitch pulls up on you. She black, she Puerto Rican, she tall, whatever. Starts talking that crazy shit. I'm not saying I don't want you to admit to anything, but she's threatening physical violence towards you. You grew up in the hood. Just wink. Are you going to respond by saying, hey, I would really like to validate you as a woman right now and really experience your female energy and make sure that you understand that I understand your female energy? Or wink if you're going to have a response different than that.
I don't know. Like, basically, I would have shot her in the foot. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say. She probably had it coming. I'm not saying she should die. I'm just saying shrapnel in the foot. Come on, she probably had that coming.
Wait, let me ask you a question, and I can put this whole debate to it like an end. When you use the N word, do you use it in a feminine or a masculine?
No. so yo, you know what's funny? I use the phrase niggerettes.
Nigga, come on, let's keep it a buck. Okay,
obviously 90% masculine, 95% masculine, but I have actually used the term niggerettes, and it is a silly. I know it's silly, it's absurd. I kind of say it to be absurd.
Well, that's because you are highly educated and socially evolutionistic type of guy. Next, let me ask you a question. When you refer motherfuckers to the N word, you making the male or feminine? I'm just calling fucking Meg Thee Stallion a nigga.
Because in that latest song, Bongos, they keep calling each other the N-word.
Well, that's fucking yeah. You're right.
It's her and Cardi.
That's right. What?
Yeah, Bex is scared to answer.
Well, Bex is caping for a black man pretending to be a black woman. That's why.
So, Bex, what are you going to do when you find out she's trans? You still going to cape for her? Yo, would that be crazy? If that turned out to be true?
What? If it turned out to be actually true? So I'm just talking about some hood shit. I treat fucking Meg Thee Stallion like a hood bitch. So if you're a hood bitch, you're a hood nigga.
She says I'm not scared.
I think you are scared, Bex. I think you are scared a little bit. I think you get terrified at the concept of motherfuckers treating women like thugs. But here's the thing. If you in the hood, if you a thug, you a thug, right? I'm not looking at your gender, right? So long cry from Daredevil in the yellow outfit, for sure.
I promise you're going to see Daredevil in a yellow outfit do some cool shit, and you're going to love it.
You said the exact same thing when he was coming in the She-Hulk.
Well, I'm glad that he banged She-Hulk.
I'm also glad about that.
Right?
I'm also glad about that. Good point. Continue.
Yeah, no, I think it's all good. But my whole point, going back to Luke Cage.
We're well off of that. We're talking about fucking... Okay, go back.
We're going on. Ultimately, I just would have liked to see Luke Cage, possibly his partner Iron Fist, appear in like a real big movie blockbuster, maybe save the world kind of shit. I didn't like that they were that they were grouped into the freaking C team.
Okay. I love you like a fat kid loves cake. Can you point to a comic instance where Luke Cage was involved with anything other than the Skrull Wars? Can you like?
No. So I will tell you, Luke Cage. Invasion. This is an old one. This
was like the premiere shit. So hit me up.
There's one where he beats the shit out of Dr. Doom because check this out, Dr. Doom owes him money.
That was in the blaxploitation days.
In the blaxploitation days, Dr. Doom hires him to do something and he does it, and then Dr. Doom stiffs him and he goes all the way to Latveria and he pimp smacks the shit out of Dr. Doom.
I'll accept it. You know what I was thinking about the other day, man? I was thinking about the entire lineup we've gotten from Marvel, and we can land it here. I know you haven't watched it, man, but I've been watching Loki. I gotta tell you, man, I know you're probably way divested at this point, like Ebony K and all those other bald-headed bitches. But I gotta tell you, man, Loki is good.
Some people are saying it's like the best Marvel's done or best shows. You know what it is? It's one of these weird things that like I can't bring myself to turn it on. And this is actually a statement. This is why we're continuing the Loki review. You've seen it, I haven't. But why haven't I? Why hasn't a lot of people are not watching?
For a very valid reason, man. Marvel has burned you. You are off the ship. I get that. I'm telling you that subjectively, if you enjoyed Loki season 1, this is good. It's good. You enjoyed that movie with that one Asian chick, and she's in the multiverse with her husband.
Oh yeah.
Well, that nigga's in this show. This shit's amazing.
I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it. I gotta rev myself up to see it.
Rev yourself up to see it.
It means masturbation. It means masturbation. Right?
You know, no
Isn't
one,
that what other people mean when they say
no one masturbates anymore. That's a microaggression, bro.
Because only poor people masturbate.
All right, we're out of it. We're out of it.
Yeah, this is fanboy. Fanboy.
You know what I love about doing the show? I don't know how we went from this to Luke Cage to this. But I had a great time, bro.
Yeah, no, it was a great time, even though you were belligerent about the Cage comic.
Nigga, Cage and Rage are two different people, you light-skinned demon.
That's what I was saying.
That's what I said. That's why I kept saying we're saying the same thing. I was saying that the fucking Marvel public, you fucking psycho, and I said that multiple times.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve, real name, no gimmicks. This is the Fat Manta signing off for Fanboy Modeling School. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Keep coming back for more. We love you. And also hit us up, Spin 95 for my man Steve. Weekdays 4 to 8 Eastern, or you could, if you like pop music, you like that Taylor Swift. I know you do. I know you saw her movie. Come on over to Hot 95. Can be found on the Nautilus app.
Wait. Stop. There was one thing we don't need to. Literally one word answer. Britney Spears is writing a tell-all book. Britney Spears is writing a tell-all book. You know that one bitch that dances with the knives,
with the knives and shit. You heard what she revealed the other day, right?
Yeah. The bitch that dances with the knives on Instagram said that America's. I really do believe he might be America's like poster boy. At Golden
Boy, we love him. Everybody loves him. Blacks, whites, everybody loves this fucking guy.
Everyone loves Justin Timberlake. She says that they had a child with each other, which was, what's the term the liberals use?
Clump of cells or something. I don't know.
The clump of cells was liberated from potential life.
Yeah. And she said that he wasn't ready to be a father. Really, he didn't want to get crazy pregnant, and I get that.
Listen, if Meg Thee Stallion's a nigga, Britney Spears.
I just feel like if I was Justin Timberlake, I would be pissed that she revealed that, because he has not revealed it in all these years. So why is she?
At any rate, that bitch that dances with knives on Instagram, continue.
I forget where I was. Yo, come check us out. Check out our radio shows. Stay tuned to Fanboy Modeling School, and we've got a lot coming on. Yo, this is going to be a crazy holiday season, even crazier 2024. So keep tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for stopping in. Ciao for now, bitches.